G'day, blindies. Well, I'm mixing it up, trying something different. Now, life's hard, man, and fairy tales are just that. So, I'm going to let you in on the real deal, the real happily ever after. Let's start with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Well, as you know, Snow White takes a bite of the apple, boom, goes to sleep. Eternal sleep till she gets kissed by the prince. Now, this is where corporations still come into it, man. Apple. The bite out of the apple. One bite of the apple. The symbol of Apple Corporation. Cinderella took bloody Snow White took one bite of that apple, mate. And boom. Look what happened. So apple users, beware. Right. So she takes a bite of this apple. And it's going to take Prince to wake her up, right? But then they got seven dwarfs. But what happened after the prince kissed Snow White? We researched it. We found out the real deal on what went down. Now, they called her Snow White for a reason, because it turns out she was the biggest bloody meth dealer in Macquarie Fields, man. Like, no shit. This bitch was wicked out of control. So, Snow White ended up living in a housing commission in Macquarie Fields. What happened to the prince? Poor bastard, I feel sorry for him. It didn't work out. He ended up in the worst state. He lives next door to Snow White. Turns out he was a bit of a weirdo, creepy bugger. You know, like, look at the facts, man. Like, she was asleep and he kissed her. What did he do before he kissed her, man? Like, a lot of that situation was left unexplained, which may explain why Snow White ended up living in Macquarie Field as a crack dealer, I guess. But Prince Charming, yeah, he's a womanising alcoholic, which is probably what the problem was in the first place when he found Snow White. But the real victims here were the seven dwarves. So my trusted little assistant here, Sparky, next to us, is going to name each dwarf, and I'm going to tell you the story and what happened to them. Alright, shoot, Sparky. Dwarf number one. Sneezy. Well, they called him Sneezy because, man, unbeknownst to a lot of you, he really liked his coke. And, that's why he was always sneezing and shit, because when you weren't looking, that shovel wasn't for, like, moving dirt or shoveling coal, man. That was his loader. So, yeah, he's still coking out, cruising around. He's not even sure what's going on and what's happened. Next. Bashful. Well, let's just say after Snow White woke up, Bashful no more, man. He's working in Manly as a male stripper for Manpower. Lets women snort coke off his chest, and yeah, Bashful he's not. Right, next. Sleepy. Someone introduced Sleepy to methamphetamine, man. We're pretty sure it was Snow White, because she's the biggest bloody meth dealer in Macquarie Fields. And he hasn't blinked in 6 years, let alone gone to sleep, the poor bugger. Yeah, he just mutters around, wandering the streets at night. Pretty sad. Next. Happy. Happy's still happy, man. He's just stoned and didn't even know. He doesn't even know that the divorce has happened, that Snow White's up to what he just thinks life's crazy. He's loving it. Living it up. Next. Grumpy. Grumpy, believe it or not, because he was pretty bored and didn't have much to do after it was all said and done. He's been hanging out with Bashful, Happy, and yeah, let's just say they don't call him Grumpy anymore. He's pretty chill. He's a pretty mellow man. He's about a newfound faith in drugs, hookers, and hanging out with Happy. Next,
No.
Doc. Well, we all know what happened to Doc. He's living in Snow White's basement cooking the crack. Poor bugger. Oh, Mike, I'm sorry, Doc. We pray for you, brother. Like the fears must be really wrecking your head. But, yeah. Doc, he probably got the raw end of the stick. Last, who we got left? Dopey, isn't it?
Yep.
Dopey. Now, they called him Dopey for a reason. It's not just that he was as dumb as a dog shit. He was that dumb because he was so wrecked on the weed that, man, you know, he's like most hippies and Jamaicans, man. Like, huh? Something just happened? Well, no, man, I'm okay. I'll just keep the peace and love in here. So, Dopey, he still thinks everyone's cherry as well. They're all turned into drug addict deprived misfits of society, and unfortunately, guys, the truth of the matter is there was no happily ever after. Charming's an alcoholic bloody womanizer. Snow White's a crack dealer. All the dwarves have just like suffered immensely and like gone off the rails. So that's your happily ever after, and seems there is no fairy tale ending after all. So, that's Blind Garage's attempt at a nighttime fairy tale to help you sleep. Remember the rules, keep ties turning for Tilly, rev it for Renee, and much love, guys. Can't believe I've said all this. This is just radical. Hope you enjoyed. Give me a comment. Tell me your theories. Who should we do next?
Shutter button.